Hey, my name is Nish. I am based out of Chicago, Illinois, and I lead the growth strategy team at a startup in the city. I'm here to talk a little bit about simple passive cash flow and the help that Lane has given me. He was one of the first to open my mind to the idea when I was first learning about real estate and trying to explore financial independence for myself. As you know, a year ago, I was 25 years old, trying to think about the fact that as a high wage earner, uh, being an active investor might actually not be my best and highest use, and there are ways to do that while focusing on passive investment and time returns. Through working with Lane and learning through his podcast, his website, as well as the Simple Passive Cash Flow Investor course, I've gone from having no experience in real estate to educating myself and purchasing three turnkey properties. Currently working on a fourth over the course of a little under a year now. What I liked about Simple Passive Cash Flow, the way Lane writes, his style is that it really cuts out all the fluff that you might see with other folks. It focuses on an audience that is very clearly passive investing minded. His articles and all of his content is straight to the point and very tangible in the sense of here's how you can use this exact advice to go act out in the world, whether that is um, focusing on how to actually acquire turnkey properties, thinking about how to make some extra money through side hustles, whether that be selling trade lines or even thinking about things more advanced concepts like opportunity funds, and then thinking about laddering into syndications. All of that content is really helpful, and it really helps to paint the entire picture of what a fully fledged journey to financial independence looks like, because when we're starting out, it's really hard for us to really imagine what that journey and that adventure might actually look like and how that might progress over the course of time. So I really appreciated that about Lane, and I would highly recommend it to anyone that is thinking about um, investing in real estate or interested in financial independence and looking to understand how to get there without following the typically touted and spouted mainstream advice. I remember on my first, for just as an example, I remember on my first call with Lane before I had even invested in turnkeys. I explained to him what my goals were and where I was, and the fact that I might be interested in that. And he was one of the first folks to tell me that, hey, turnkey real estate might not actually be your path to financial independence, because if you think about how much $200 a door is, and then how many doors you would actually need to get to your specific number, you are going to need to think at some point, especially given how much money you make, about potentially laddering into syndications and learning more about that style of passive real estate. Now, again, I didn't know what that meant. I was still learning the very, very basics of real estate investing, and even trying to wrap my head around buying a single house, let alone putting my money into a syndicated deal. But that was the sort of advice and the sort of foreshadowing that allowed me to understand